Morning Warriors, thank you for joining me for Why Should I Why for this week. Today I want to talk about something that I think a lot of teams are getting wrong, and in fact I saw something like this week. Guys, when it comes to enterprise software development, when it comes to developing software for a particular organization, what you need to keep in mind is that those people working for that organization are your user base, right? So you're not in a scenario where you're selling to the public. You're not in a scenario where you're selling to clients. You're actually going to have people using the software that work in the same organization that you work in, more than likely. And if that's the case, what you've got to realize is that every piece of code that you write has to have a business driver attached to it, okay? And the reason for this is this. What has been happening through the 80s and the 90s is that the IT team or the software engineering team has been taking the lead in software engineering projects. And that may sound quite normal and it may sound quite natural, but the problem has shown itself. The problem is that the leadership is just not there because there's no buy-in from the business leadership, okay? So what we're looking for, guys, is software engineering projects or enterprise software development projects should really be led by business drivers and therefore by business people. And there's a little bit of a nuance here because the business people really do know what they want. Um, I've said this before and I've said it a million times. A user doesn't know what they want until they see what they don't want. And I think that's still true. But at a higher level, at a strategic level, maybe at a program level where you want to say this program or this application is going to do X, Y, and Z, at that very high level, businesses know what they want and what they need and how to implement them even. So what you've got to realize is that if you're a software developer or you're in a technical team, you kind of have to step back and you need to be a bit of a service provisioning arm of the organization for this end. Because what you don't want is to be pushing feature sets out there that are not useful to the business. Okay? Now, I've been talking to the software engineering team. I want to switch a little bit and I want to talk to the leaders, right? So I'm talking about, CEO down, basically, right down to middle management. Anyone who isn't technical should really be putting their hand up and saying, look, I want to be part of this software engineering project because really you're going to get yourself in a lot of trouble if you just say, hey, IT, go and build something for us that meets these vague requirements. You're going to get yourself in a whole bunch of trouble and you're going to spend a lot of money doing it. So you're better off putting your hand up and really engaging and committing to the project and asking your development team to help you come through a bit of a process that allows you to actually give them what you need and they give you what they need, and together you build out an enterprise product. Okay? Guys, that's pretty much all I want to talk about today. It's really, really key and really important. Please, if you are taking an enterprise product development project or you're on one, remember to be user-centric. Remember that every single feature, every single line of code should have a business driver. And remember that feature development has to be driven from the business, okay? This is not one of those cases where the tech team comes up with the sort of features that are needed for the software for someone else to use. That's great in a startup that's going to sell to the end consumer, but that is not great for enterprise development. Alright guys, that's it for this week. Thank you for joining us again, and if you do like the sort of stuff that comes through these Why Shy Whys, please feel free to share them. The more we can talk to those people that we need to talk to, the quicker we think we can achieve our vision, which is to really debug the world. Cheers guys, have a good one.